Finding information about perms is surprisingly difficult. Thankfully, this video will give you 5 things you need to know before you go get a perm. Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are going to be going on a journey together to find Hairtopia, where there are no bad hair days. So this video is a follow-up video to my previous video where I talked about my first impressions and thoughts about getting a perm. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out over here. As always, if you enjoy this content, please like and share it with someone else. So point number 1, there are many different types of perms. You have cold perms, hot perms, Korean perms, and digital perms. There's probably a few others that I've missed, but you should do a quick search about these different types of perms to figure out which one you want. And then it will also determine which salon you might end up going to get those perms. Perms also have different lengths. So depending on the type of perm and which length you want to get, that's really going to affect the overall outcome and how it looks. What I have here is a Korean perm, probably because I went to a Korean salon. And I have medium length curls. So if you're interested in getting something like this, now you know, and you could probably go to a Korean salon and ask for the same thing. All right, so point number 2, curl enhancing products don't actually give your hair curls. So if you have straight hair, curl enhancing products will not give you curls. That's what you need to know. Typically what they do is just moisturize your hair, control the frizz, maybe add a little bit of stickiness or clump up your hair or define your curls and waves, just so that it doesn't look like it's just a bunch of individual strands. I personally haven't felt the need to use those curl enhancing products. They're probably for more curly perms. So if you have like a really tight curls or waves, that's probably going to be more beneficial there. Point number 3, oils, moisturizers, and conditioners are your friends. So as you may already know, the most important thing for perms is moisture. You want to make sure that your hair is moisturized, it's nice and healthy. It will reduce the frizz in your hair and as well as repair some of the damage caused by the perm. Currently, I'm using a hair oil that I'll use after a shower, so I'll let my hair dry a little bit to the point where it's not soaking wet. It's going to be a little bit damp, and then I put that hair oil in to moisturize the hair. I might also use a leave-in conditioner. So those are the 2 things that I've been using, and they've been working out so far so good for me. Point number 4. You can revitalize your curls or your waves from the perm with water. So how does that work? Water breaks the hydrogen bonds in your hair proteins that sort of give your hair the shape. Once you've had a perm, your natural hair shape is going to be the waviness or the curliness, depending on whatever perm you got. Once you got some water in your hair, it sort of resets to the original shape, which in this case is going to be either wavy or it's going to be curly. Point number 5, the hidden costs of perms. So not only do you have the initial cost of the perm, which can go up to around $100 or even more, you also have those additional hair products that you may not have in your drawer already. So, you know, what I talked about is hair oils, curl enhancers, those sorts of products you might not have and you might not have needed to have until you got the perm. And so those are going to be additional costs as well. And as well as you really want to make sure that you have good quality shampoos and conditioners. Those are super important now that you're thinking about getting a perm, just because if you have those harsh like sulfates and things like that in those products, they can really weigh down your hair. So definitely a good investment there. Quite pricey. I've also seen that you might need to go get your hair cut around every 3 weeks, just because as your hair grows out, it can again weigh down your hair. a little bit, so you might want to go to the salon a little bit more often to get that touched up and make sure that it's looking nice and proper. Lastly, you might also need to re-perm the hair. So if the initial perm didn't sit well or didn't take well with your hair, didn't get absorbed properly, or maybe the application was too long or too short, you might need to go back to the salon and have that touched up again or reapplied, and that can be an additional cost as well. I totally get it if you think it's quite pricey. I'm right there with you, especially with how things are right now. However, it's sort of an investment that you need to make in your appearance. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will see you on the next one.